throw it in your face that he pay the bills?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes he do, yeah.
Are you paying rent? Are you paying any bills?
Like the small things, the housekeepers and all that I pay for.
You know, I pay for housekeeping.
Everyone believed Sweet Tea and Dr. G were the perfect ending to a messy story. After his difficult and very public breakup with Quad Webb, fans thought he had finally found peace. Their marriage looked like the fresh start he always needed. Sweet Tea appeared happy, hopeful, and deeply committed. Many viewers even called them a fairy tale couple. But that dream completely shattered when Sweet Tea revealed the truth that had been weighing on her. In a raw and emotional moment, she went online and shared something no one saw coming. Her confession stunned fans, shocked the Married to Medicine community, and instantly changed the way people viewed Dr. G. Sweet Tea accused him of cheating. And not just cheating, she claimed he had been hiding a child. According to her, this child was born during the time they were together, and Dr. G had done everything possible to keep it a secret.
What happens after you get married?
I think that we'll figure it out.
The part that really sent the internet into chaos was that she didn't rely on rumors or vague hints. She came with receipts. She posted screenshots of text messages. She shared audio clips from conversations. She uploaded screenshots of suspicious payments and private DMs. Everything pointed to a long-term connection between Dr. G and another woman. This was not a mistake. It wasn't a one-time slip. Sweet Tea made it clear that he had been living a double life. What caught everyone off guard was that the woman involved was not some random name. Sweet Tea said this other woman had been part of the picture the entire time. She claimed Dr. G knew about the child, hid the relationship, and still walked into marriage acting like everything was fine. Sweet Tea said she had been betrayed at the deepest level by someone she trusted completely. And just like that, the happy husband image Dr. G created in public fell apart.
That I have to let her know what my expectations are within this group of her and dealings with my husband. And so, you know, I think that I have to really just create a clear line with her to say, hey, you know, don't come from my husband. And we won't have no problems. You know, I mean, that's just as simple. I mean, everybody is protective over their loved ones, especially their spouse. And so, you know, let's not make it awkward than what it needs to be, you know.
The truth painted a different picture. Not just a partner who cheated, but a man who built a whole second household behind the scenes. As more details came out, the story stopped sounding like a relationship mistake and started feeling like a long, carefully planned lie. Sweet Tea shared screenshots that included dates, times, and locations. Some messages showed tender conversations that didn't sound like someone ending a fling. They hinted at promises, plans, and emotions that didn't match the happy husband narrative he was showing online. Even worse, the dates lined up with major moments in his marriage. Some messages were sent around the same time he proposed to Sweet Tea. Others were exchanged while they were smiling in family photos. While she was preparing for the wedding, he was allegedly still messaging the other woman, keeping the relationship going quietly. These weren't dry or empty messages either.
I'm never gonna beg to be a part of a group. If people don't want me, you don't want me.
They were intimate and full of emotion. Sweet Tea claimed Dr. G told the other woman he wasn't in love with his wife and that the marriage was just for social image. He reportedly told her to be patient and promised that their real time together would arrive soon. Hearing that was painful for Sweet Tea, especially because she had defended him publicly, even when people questioned their bond. She had fully committed herself. She moved in with him, she changed her life to match his. She posted about their happiness online, she fought for him when critics brought up his past. Meanwhile, according to what she shared, he had been playing two sides the entire time. The other woman didn't even see herself as a side piece. She believed she was in a real relationship with him. She claimed Dr. G promised her a future as well. He allegedly talked with her about having a family, building a home, and starting a different life together. and the existence of the child seemed to support those statements. When the puzzle pieces came together, it showed overlapping dates, unexplained trips, and odd behavior that Sweet Tea said she ignored at the time. Things that looked small before suddenly made perfect sense. It didn't look like a moment of weakness. It looked like a fully developed second relationship hidden for years. Once the truth came out, fans immediately turned their attention to Quad Webb. People began remembering her old stories about their marriage. Many viewers realized that the issues Quad complained about years ago didn't sound exaggerated anymore. When they were together, Quad was often portrayed as dramatic or too much. People said she overreacted or created problems that didn't exist. But now, with a scandal in the open, her old pain seemed more real. She had talked about feeling disconnected, unheard, and mistreated. Everything suddenly clicked, and supporters started saying she had been warning everyone from the beginning. Quad didn't go online and attack Dr. G. She didn't release a long rant. Instead, she posted subtle messages. A quote here, a meaningful expression there. She didn't need to say anything directly. Her silence spoke loudly. Viewers understood the message without her explaining a single thing. Suddenly, Quad wasn't the villain people once labeled her as. She became a reminder that signs were there all along. While all this unfolded, Dr. G tried to take control of the narrative. He posted statements that didn't really explain anything. He went to interviews but avoided every important question. Whenever hosts asked about the allegations, he would change the topic or say there was miscommunication. Instead of calming the situation, it made things worse. Fans felt he was hiding even more. Every interview created more distrust. People who once celebrated his new chapter with Sweet Tea stopped supporting him. Even public figures who used to praise him suddenly stopped saying his name. Sponsors and partners who stood by him before distanced themselves quietly. As his image fell apart, Sweet Tea's strength became more visible. Instead of breaking down or attacking him online, she remained calm. She shared the truth in a clear, steady way that many people respected. Because she handled it with maturity, her voice became even louder. Sweet Tea didn't scream. She didn't threaten. She shared facts, and the truth spoke for itself. When she first joined the Married to Medicine world, viewers instantly liked her. She had a genuine presence. She smiled often, laughed easily, and looked happy whenever she was with Dr. G. She brought a softer, refreshing energy that fans appreciated. People said she made him look more open and emotionally available, something they rarely saw when he was with Quad. Their social media pages were filled with pictures of dates, vacations, holidays, and matching outfits. They looked like a stable, loving couple. Sweet Tea always wrote long, supportive messages about him, praising his character and defending him when critics brought up his past mistakes. Even when viewers saw little disagreements on the show, Sweet Tea brushed them off like normal relationship moments. She constantly reminded everyone that marriage wasn't perfect, but she loved her husband and trusted him completely. Her loyalty was deep, but sometimes the brightest smiles hide the darkest secrets. The first hints that something was wrong started slowly. Sweet Tea posted a caption that felt more emotional than usual. Fans noticed. Then she deleted several photos of her and Dr. G that had been popular on her page. She even changed her username, which made people talk even more. Followers who had watched their entire journey knew this wasn't a simple social media refresh. Something serious was going on. After that, Sweet Tea began posting more photos by herself. Her captions sounded tired, drained, and confused. People felt the sadness in her words even before she confirmed anything. Her smiles disappeared from the pictures. Something heavy was clearly happening behind the scenes. Blogs started reporting the changes. Fans began speculating. Was the marriage in trouble? Was she unhappy? Was Dr. G repeating history? But even with the rumors circulating, nobody was ready for what came next. Like lightning, Sweet Tea broke her silence and revealed everything. The truth hit social media like a storm. Her calm explanation, the evidence she showed, and the heartbreak in her voice made the internet explode. After all the betrayal and hurt, Sweet Tea didn't collapse or disappear. She stood up stronger than many expected. She didn't use anger to tell her story. She used honesty. She began attending local events, women's discussions, and community gatherings. She spoke about rebuilding herself after being betrayed. She explained how ignoring warning signs cost her emotionally and how she gave loyalty to someone who wasn't loyal in return. Her story wasn't told with anger. It was told with self-awareness and power. Comments online praised her growth. Sweet Tea turned pain into power. She went from being hurt to helping others. This is the kind of healing women need to see. More and more women related to her experience. They connected with her heartbreak and appreciated her openness. She used what she went through to encourage them to value themselves and leave situations that don't honor their worth. Sweet Tea was no longer only known as Dr. G's wife. She created her own identity. She became her own brand, her own voice, and her own story. She moved from the background to the spotlight with confidence. But the drama didn't end there. Soon after her revelation, other women stepped forward. They shared messages, screenshots, and stories involving Dr. G. Some of their timelines overlapped with Sweet Tea's. Others overlapped with each other. It raised serious questions about how many lies had been told and how long this behavior had been happening. Fans went back to old episodes. They rewatched scenes where Dr. G acted nervous or distant. They studied Sweet Tea's expressions. They remembered moments when Quad looked hurt or overwhelmed. Suddenly, many small things made perfect sense. Phone calls he stepped away to take, strange excuses that didn't match his schedule, travel plans that seemed odd at the time. Fans connected every dot and found patterns they hadn't noticed before. The controversy didn't stay limited to his personal life. Rumors began circulating that medical boards were reviewing his conduct. Patients questioned whether they could trust him. Some hesitated to book appointments. Reports claimed his reputation in professional circles was taking heavy hits. Colleagues kept their distance, and referrals slowed dramatically. Dr. G had worked hard to build a respected name, but public trust is fragile. Once it breaks, it's hard to rebuild. His downfall wasn't caused by Sweet Tea's words. It happened because his choices finally reached the surface. Now the situation has come full circle. Sweet Tea is healing, growing, and telling her story on her own terms. She stands strong in her truth, surrounded by support. This entire situation reminds everyone watching that social media isn't always real. Smiles can hide storms. Perfect pictures can cover pain, but truth always reveals itself eventually. Thanks for watching, y'all. Stay tuned for more updates, more truth, and more real conversations. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.